once you find your center and grounded, you know exactly what you want, and you stick on your plan, you will definitely success. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. I'm Takashi. I'm the director, Japanese-born actor-director, but now based in the United States. So thank you for watching if you watched a couple previous episodes, I'm posting daily the breakdown shorts on a YouTube channel and also Instagram, TikTok every day. I'm trying to mostly every day. If you can watch, please subscribe and follow, put the like, that would be appreciated, or even put the comment, and I'm happy to discuss. So I'm thinking today I'm talking about what is your own success. So this is actually really big topic for all the actors and filmmakers, because if you started as an actor, filmmaker, they always, 99.9% think the main goal is land the biggest role in a Hollywood production, the big budget film, 50 mil, 100 mil, 200 mil, big budget film, studio film. You are featured, even not the main actor, but maybe you feature in a couple of different roles. That'd be great. Of course, that is, most of the people think that also. I still taking the auditions from my agency, my manager in LA. I'm still taking auditions, casting auditions for the big one or small one, it doesn't matter. But always think, if you cannot get any roles from the big budget film, your life is not success. Really? This is always have a question, all right? So I grew up in Japan, okay? If you know the Japan's, like, what it's called, study school industry, or if you are teenagers, you're high school student or even middle school student, it doesn't matter. In Japan, it's always about the competition with score. Maybe US is the same thing. If you cannot get the high score, which means you cannot get to the better university, you cannot go to the better school, which means after graduate, you cannot, people think, you won't be able to work on a big, major corporate or good paid job. So that's what most people believe. But look, now the 21st century, 2025, people think that's not true, but which is great, but still, like, a lot of, let's say, especially in Japan, a lot of conservative way of thinking in Japan. People think if you fail on a high school, if you are not get a good score, which means, okay, let's say the top university. Which one? Tokyo University, Kyoto University, or top. If you won't get to the Tokyo University, you fail. That's the thing. So, but of course, as an actor, the same thing. If you cannot get the role in a big budget Hollywood film or any like TV shows or something, a major streaming service on a major role, as an actor, you cannot achieve your success. That's interesting question. So if you're starting your acting or filmmaking, so please think about yourself. What is your own success? So for me, I'm still taking audition for the big role. Well, I mean, if I can work with a big budget film, which is great, and I want more working experience in a big film, how they make a film, I'm always eager to learn, and I want to do my best performance ever. I always want to grow. So always think about any project, any gigs as an opportunity I can get better or can get best performance, so until, I want to keep grow. So that's the main thing, right? But at the same time, I'm also the filmmaker now, and I'm also doing independent filmmaker, and I'm also doing acting, our own films. I'm been making short films with my wife, Maria, and on my team in Sydney, Australia. and Echo 8 if you watch. So then that's finding my own creative success. That's what I found. So during the production of Echo 8, again, any film production is very tough and harsh. But once it's finished, it's done. And I was dreamed. If we can submit any film festival in the whole United States and we can travel around the US, that'd be great. And then, look, it happens after we shoot in the 4 years later. Of course, it took a long time because of due to the COVID and pandemic. But anyhow, 2023, we did a lot of film festivals in the whole United States. We got selected as luckily. And mostly like action film festivals in LA, Austin, even in a women's film festival in Vegas. And then another big one in New York. That's great. And we flew to New York and with a big, Times Square, the main AMC cinema. We went there in a whole big action film convention. It's called Urban Action Film Market. That's great. And a lot of actually action film celebrities there. And I met the director of the Rush Hour that he actually interested in our trailer. That's so cool. And the thing is, we got a screening of Echo 8 in the middle of the Times Square in a big cinema. And then being seen by different people. And then when I was 21 years old, I dreamed, I manifested, I want to come back to the US. Because when I was 21, I see the whole performance theater show, all the energy of creativity in the United States, which I never felt or I never seen in Japan. That's really cool. And then not only Japanese people, a lot of background people, collaborate together and make something special. That's, I feel, really, really beautiful. And then 20 years later, believe it or not, so I came back as a filmmaker. I didn't expect it. And also the film I played and co-direct with my wife. And then I came back to the New York 20 years later. And then I got a screening. And I met the people, all the filmmakers. I talked to them. I got the connection to the action filmmakers from Spain. Nacho, he's such a nice guy. A lot of filmmakers I met there. So that's super cool thing. So I would say this is one of my success story. I mean, this just a screening, my film in New York City. It doesn't mean just I got a huge breakout or maybe, I get a big role for the big next upcoming Hollywood production. No, not like that. It's still outside the system. However, when I was 21 years old, I dreamed I want to come back to America as an artist. And then I didn't think like I'll be doing a film or acting. I have no idea, but I wanted to do something as an artist. And then 20 years later, I came back to the US as a filmmaker. And then I got chance to get my screening of my own film. That's, I really appreciate and gratitude for all these opportunities and then all these people who I met. So that's my story. So think about what your own creative success is, right? So because if you only think one thing, okay, success in a big role, major Hollywood production, get really good pay, and I don't have to worry about my, paying bills and stuff, and I can be a celebrity. I go to the red carpet, it looks good, and all my social media looking great. If that's your goal, if that's okay, but if you cannot achieve that one, maybe most of the people cannot achieve it because only a few people get that point. And especially you're Asian or Japanese, maybe less chance to get there, right? A really, really high competition. On top of that, still Asian background actors' roles are still limited, I feel. Still, now getting more and more is coming, of course, but yet it's still a Western culture. So outside of the main Hollywood studio film is the goal, how about think about what's your true success in your heart? So think about why, maybe half more stepping back, and then think about why I want to become an actor. Because maybe you've been inspired by someone. For me, for example, okay, I've been inspired so many moments from Jet Li. Jet Li's acting, performance, and action. I cannot do like that kind of coolest martial arts, but performance, acting, and action, right? And then some Japanese actors, most of my favorite Japanese actor who worked in Hollywood, I would say Ken Takakura. So he's in a Black Rain, like a 90s film, a hero, really, really solid, very authentic and very gentle Japanese person detective. So I feel like whenever I watch his on the screen, I feel like his personality, kindness, I can feel from the screen, for example. So all these things I've been inspired, but at the same time, I'm always finding what's my joy of creativity. And then luckily I got a chance to meet my wife Maria, and then I work with the team together, and then we've been working together a couple years now for all the Echo 8 projects. So I would say it's a success. It's lucky because always the hardest thing is you have to find some right people to work together. So that's my thing. So rather than waiting from someone's permission or just waiting the gigs coming to you, how about you take your own action to make something by yourself? Even a small scale, large scale, it doesn't matter. If you never, okay, you're the filmmaker, you haven't done any film yet, but even maybe you just start doing some YouTube videos or, work with mates and actor's friend, filmmaker's friend, even just doesn't have to use expensive camera, just use the iPhone and make some video for short film. That's great because that's your own creativity. And you, through your process, you will find out what's the most exciting moment as a creator. Because actor, you're a creator. And filmmaker, of course, you're a creator. Like, for example, that's a very small thing. If you do like a really good performance, even, okay, you work in a short film with no budget, just working with your friends and just use the iPhone to shoot something, and the best moment happen. Like you cry on the screen and what, or maybe anger, happiness, some emotions coming up through the lens, and then it's captured on the phone and then edited. Wow, get excited. It's fun. It's cool, right? For me, I'm start doing more behind the camera stuff, and then like hold the camera. The last time Echo 8 trilogy, there's so many moments happens. I've set the lighting. Wow, that's so beautiful lighting. I'm so excited. Even I'm so tired, no sleep, 1 hour, 2 hours sleep. Come on set, and I was like, whoo, I'm so happy. I love this lighting. And then an actor, Ross or other people say, yeah, Takashi, I'm so happy to see you excited. Yeah, because as a filmmaker, I got a really cool shot, a cool lighting, and even a super low budget. We just use the limited, only a few lights, and then only a limited location actor. But we got a really, really awesome shot with as a team. I'll work with DP. Maria got a good shot, and the actor did a good performance. All these micro bits is giving me happiness, and that happiness is the most rewarding moment. And then I would say that can be your success, because you don't have to wait someone's approval. Oh, Takashi, now you're a success. No, because I got success or non-success. It's my decision, not your decision, not someone's decision. Hey, Takashi, you have to work full time as an actor. Then you would recognize everyone sees you as a success. Well, which means if you cannot get the full-time acting gigs, all the actors in this world that all fail? No way. There's so many good actors with still doing their own the other side gigs or side hustles, whatever, not only the acting. The main thing is, what's your goal? what's your own goal? What's your own creativity and goal? So that's the message I want to talk today. And I want you to think, okay, so for the question, keep questioning yourself. Keep questioning, what's my success? What's my goal? Because again, as an actor, if you take auditions, for me all the time, taking audition, casting audition, 100 audition, 200 casting audition, man, you're gonna burn out easily. And you're gonna sick of it. You don't want to do it anymore. And you have to spend so much time and effort and energy and no response. Always, right? If you're doing acting, always. But I'm keep still doing it because I'm also enjoying self-tape, making self-tape. Each time I set up the camera, I do performance, I feel like, oh, actually, I'm getting more comfortable in front of the camera, which is before I was so nervous. I was still nervous too, but still something I can get something better and better. So that's my joy and happiness. Even though filmmaking, so tiring. Oh, I don't want to make film anymore. Yeah, maybe how many times you got a thing in your head as a filmmaker, so tough. But each time you feel a really nice shot, maybe I want to keep making it. So that's, you live only once. You want to spend most of the time, what you want to have a passion for it. And then you fulfillment in your life, right? In Japanese word, you might heard this book called Ikigai, the same thing. So what's your purpose for this life? And then if you do the purpose and then you feel happy, even you're just a farmer. I don't say just a farmer. Farmer is the most respectful job in Japan. You're a farmer, connection with the nature, and then grow your rice. And then the best rice, the people makes people happy. How you feel. That's any jobs have a passion and giving to someone that can be defined as a success. So yeah, so I want to share one of the word my dad gave to me. I got an iPad today. Yeah. So this is a word my dad gave to me. Oh, it's not working. So it's called ware, tada, taru koto wo shiru. Ware, tada, taru koto wo shiru. Ware. Tada. This is Japanese. Oops. Taru. Shiru. So start from top. Ware, tada, taru koto wo shiru. So this means like kind of Zen word. If you go travel to Kyoto, it's called Ryowanji, Ryowan Temple in north side of Kyoto City. Actually, I went to there a couple months ago. This word is one of the behind the temple. There's one tiny water. How to say it? Like some water thing, and then there's like you can read this word. So it's a Zen word in the temple. But anyhow, ware means myself. Tada is a bit hard to explain. So tada means like kind of Zen word. So just be there, or only one thing. Taru, the third taru means satisfied, and shiru means know. So which means I just know yourself what I want. Ware tada taru koto shiru. I know what I want, exact what I want, how certain extent. So my dad gave this word after I graduated uni, and then I told my dad, hey dad, I want to go to Tokyo and I want to try myself as an actor. I want to learn acting. And I went to the acting school and a theater performance. I've been doing it. I left my hometown. And all right, Takashi, that's good. That's your life. I'll give you this word. And then my dad gave me this message, ware tada taru koto shiru. And then my dad always think deeply what this meaning for you, right? You can actually break it down in many different ways. 我ただたることを知る。Myself, maybe for example, don't exceed too much, expect something happen in the future, you know, or maybe I want to get more, this and that, keep chasing, rather than chasing life. Half step back yourself, will see yourself first, and then recognize what do you really want. So maybe your true success or maybe true things, what you want is maybe not in Hollywood, maybe outside of Hollywood. Or more than Hollywood, something your own creativity or something. Or maybe the story Hollywood never made before. For me. So always question about yourself. So たることを知る. Most beautiful part of this actually last two words. たることを知る. So know yourself is I think everything. Because if you know about yourself, you know what you want. I want to do something. I want to do acting. Okay, I want to work on this job. I don't want to do this job. A lot of people get confused and then always worry about the future or worry about, okay, for example, marriage life, or maybe should I marry or divorce, or so many life things happening. But half step back, this is my life. This is exactly what I want. If you know yourself, no chasing, but you just stick on your plan, standing on your 2 feet, and then we very grounded, and you feel happy. So it's a very simple thing. So maybe I want to say, let's say the acting, the filmmaking, the success in Hollywood or whatever your dream. How about something a bit of a sense of Zen moment, if you think about it, you know? You truly what you want, and then you really grounded, and then you don't distract anything. You know, maybe you fail for the 100 times casting audition, you get so tired, but you still can keep going because you know exactly what you want and you believe what's your success. And then if you know yourself, which means you know, at some certain point, you might be in a big production soon, you know, because if you know of yourself, my acting, for example, is not the Hollywood quality yet. So I have to work harder for your acting first. As a filmmaker, for me, I'm still learning. Like my shot, this shot is okay, that shot. And when I saw the other like amazing legend films, and I know nothing, you know, that's all the time, right? Even 40 years old, doesn't matter. I'm still new baby. So, and that's fun. So, yeah. So anyhow, so that's the whole essence. So please think about when you are middle of or you start in acting and then you something feel burned out, or you always want to take an audition for the Hollywood, but you cannot get in Hollywood, or something. The same thing as a filmmaker, you try to work harder, but nothing coming through, but you might not work harder yet, but that's another story. But something, if you feel burned out and you feel you non-success or you fail everything, your life, no way. You still get a chance to get your own success. It's possible. So to achieve that one, keep questioning yourself. 我ただたることを知る. Know what you exactly want. So more, rather than think about outside of yourself, you know, always chasing, see the other people, compare with other people. Oh, he got a big role, or he got a big production, or his film success. Rather than look the other people, more internal. Look yourself and grounded. And then once you find out your spot, you know, always I like the mathematics, like, you know, X and Y, you know, in the middle of the T section. So, sorry, middle of the cross with the center. Find your center. Once you find your center and grounded, you know exactly what you want, and you stick on your plan, you will definitely success. And then I will, you know, give you a big props. Yeah, you got bro. Yeah, because you know what you want and then you keep doing it. That's amazing. Yeah. So that's today's message for everyone today. Thanks for watching. So if you want to keep watching this content, please like, subscribe. That would be really appreciated. I'm trying to make this kind of contents every week. And if you have any topic you want me to speak about, you want me to talk about, just leave the comment. Okay? Thank you so much. All right, see you next time. Bye.